Hi, we are Rad and James from Yoga Plus Therapies, your most body-friendly yoga teachers on YouTube. Well, that's our opinion anyway. Today, we're going to be doing a short video on simple body weight strengthening exercises that you can do at home in this time when it's a bit difficult to get out to the gym and things like that. This is going to be a great class to build some strength. And we're going to cover all the important areas of the body. The lower legs, the pushing muscles, the pulling muscles, the pressing up muscles, and our core and back muscles. So it's going to be a complete workout. It's going to be reasonably short, so you'll be able to fit it into your daily schedule.
Level 1.
So this is what we call our level 1 class. So this is for beginners, those people new to strength exercise, and for people who may be a little bit more frail or injured or just feeling a bit tired and just want to take it a bit easier and get used to it. So we're going to be covering these exercises and we're going to be doing them for about 10 repetitions. But it's important to remember, for you, if that's too much, just stop and rest if you need. Our goal is to have good quality movement rather than doing the movement poorly and getting too tired or sore. That's really important. By the way, if you'd like, please like us if you like this video. Subscribe, it's free, and click on notify to get all our new things and latest offerings direct to you. Let us start now. Like with all exercise, it's important we start with some warm-ups. In this today, Radhika's going to demonstrate some of the exercises and I might come in to just show you how to do some of them as we need. To begin with, you can be seated or standing and we're just going to do some simple warm-ups to get the body moving. Let's start with the shoulders. We're going to do some shoulder shrugs. Just shrugging the shoulders up, back and around. Just do that a few times, getting that movement and loosening up. Remember to breathe slow and deeply. Good. Turn the head from side to side, awakening the neck. Make sure you've evened up. Reach the arms forward and draw them back. Just do that a few times, feeling the pushing forward and the pulling back. Pushing forward, pulling back. So you're feeling the push muscles at the front, the pulling muscles at the back. Once more. Good. Now up. Press and draw down. Press and draw down. Press and draw down. Press and draw down. One more. Press and draw down. Hands to the belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull the tummy muscles in. Repeat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull those tummy muscles in. And again. Breathe in, breathe out. Pull the tummy muscles in. Couple more. Once more. Good. Now the knees. Straighten the right leg forward. Tighten your thigh. And bend. Repeat. Straighten and tighten. And bend. Straighten and tighten and bend. Straighten and tighten and bend. Once more. And bend. Left side. Straighten, tighten the thigh and bend. Tighten the thigh and bend. Couple more. That's it. Once more. Good. Place the ankles, feet down on the ground. Just lift and lower the heels. So lifting up and lowering down. Do that a little bit quicker. So we want to pump the blood. Get that blood circulating. Remember to keep breathing. It's important when you do these exercises, and when we'll do the strength exercises, that you breathe properly. We want to breathe out on the effort or exertion. Last couple. Very good. Okay. First exercise we're going to begin is for the lower body. Now, this first exercise, I'm just turning the chair side on so you can see. It's called the sit to stand. You sit forward on the chair, you have your feet back as far as comfortable but still on the ground. Keep the knees in line with the feet. We want to have a nice straight back. We're going to lean forward until you feel the strength into the lower legs, and then lift yourself up. And then when you sit down, lead with the tail and sit back down gracefully and easily. Repeat. So this is the technique that we're going to work on. That's important. Now,
you want me to do a few?
Yeah. So Radhika's going to continue.
You take this cut off. Okay, so.
If Radhika turns the chair around as well, she's just going to demonstrate the importance of keeping that knee position. So that when you come up, the knees stay in line with the feet.
You want to show the incorrect version?
So Radhika will just briefly indicate what would happen if you turn the knees in together. This is what we don't want. We don't want those knees to cave in. Keep them apart and in line. So remember, we're aiming to do about 10 of these with slow control. Breathing in and breathing out. Excellent. Remember, if the chair is too low for you, just prop a couple of blankets on it to make it a bit higher initially. And as you get stronger, then you can remove one blanket and then two until you're back to the chair height. Very good. Let's move on to the second lower limb exercise. Okay, second exercise. Have a chair, if you need, that you can hold on to. We're going to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. The back foot's flat, slightly turned out. Front knee straight, facing forward. Body's nice and upright. Keeping a little core control. We're going to bend the knee over the ankle. Make that front muscle go nice and firm. And then slowly straighten. And repeat. As you bend the knee, be aware of just slightly tightening that back hip at the same time. If you're not feeling stable, use the chair support. The other thing to watch out for again is not to let the knee cave in. Keep the good alignment.
Want to do a few? My turn. So, okay.
So remember, breathing in and out, find that rhythm 10 times. So we should have done about 10 now with the one leg. Let's swap sides and do the other side. Keep the good alignment, the pelvis stable, bend the knee, feel those inner thigh muscles working, and on the back leg, the buttock muscle working strongly. See that really good alignment of Radhika? This is what you're after. Use the chair if you don't feel stable. Okay, very good. Next exercise is the push exercise. I'll just come over to demonstrate. Find a nice stable wall, standing away about arm's length. Position the hands so they're sort of low chest height. If you have any wrist issues, you could use knuckles as well to protect the wrists. They're about chest or shoulder width. Stand away a little bit so there's a little bit of incline, but not too much lean. Keep the shoulders from hunching, a nice straight spine, tummy muscles engaged. We bend the elbows and lower the chest to the wall, and then we push away. Lower and push away. Notice when I do this that I do let my heels come up. That's fine to do, so that we keep that really nice control. So Radhika's going to continue on for our 10 repetitions. Keeping good contain. And notice how as she comes forward, the hands are pretty well in line with her shoulders, or slightly lower, not too high. Remember to breathe.
Elbows.
So breathing in, and as you breathe out, pushing away. Feel the muscle work on the push muscles, the muscles on the back of the arm, and the muscles on the front of the shoulders and the chest. Find a nice, slow, steady rhythm. Remember, if you lose technique, get tired, then rest. Very good. Now, we're going to demonstrate the same exercise with a bench. So if you're a little bit stronger, you may be able to do the bench version. Now, Radhika's demonstrating that if you've got a kitchen bench, you can also do the push-up on a bench top. The principles are very much the same. Your body's just a little bit more inclined, so that means the work is a little bit harder, a bit more challenging on those muscles. Keep the trunk and torso stable, elbows by your sides, shoulders not hunching, and move slowly without jerking. Keep a little tummy tone, and remember, breathe in as you come forward, breathe out as you push. Do the exertion. Feet may be together or a little bit apart if you need good balance. Very good. Now, the next exercise we're going to do is the pushdown exercise. So, the pushdown exercise. Sitting on a chair, a little bit forward, feet are flat, hands are to the sides, back just slightly behind the hips on either side. It's really important not to hunch the shoulders. So you draw the shoulders down and slightly back, so you feel open, and pressing the hands. What we want to feel is the work of these muscles here, holding the shoulder blades stable, and the muscles on the back of the arms. So we just lightly push our arms down into the chair, almost as though you're going to try to lift your bottom off the chair. Those of you that are a bit stronger could actually lift the bottoms up a little bit. If you do the lift, just pull the tummy muscles in. So it's exhale, push, 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 relax. So Radhika will keep demonstrating. Remember those shoulder blades, push, so push, push, push. Watch how Radhika's not hunching at all. She's using those muscles on the back of the arm almost trying to lift the bottoms, or if you're a little strong, you might just slightly lift up. Be careful not to strain the elbows or the wrists. And remember, always smile. As you push, breathe out. So strength training should be enjoyable. It should be exhilarating. It feels great to get stronger.
One more.
Excellent. So this is the push-down exercise. We've finished our pushes now. Now we're going to move on to the pulling exercises. The pulling exercise. For this, you need a sturdy doorway that's not going to move it. You've got to make sure it's safe and it's very sturdy. You stand in the doorway with the feet a little bit to the wall, arms down with your elbows bent, and then we're going to lean back, and then you're going to pull, using your back muscles to pull yourself forward to the doorway. And then again release, slowly release, and pull. Again, careful not to hunch. We're feeling these back muscles working as we do this, and the muscles on the front of the arms. So feet a little bit closer to the wall, so as you go back, you're just slightly leaning. That's it. And then pull, 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 pull. Be careful. That's why you've got to make sure that doorway is stable. It's not going to move on you. If you have strong bar at home, you could use a bar. But the important thing is it's something that you can easily hold and be stable with it. The body remains steady like a plank. Remember, breathing in and breathe out as you pull. Good. Okay, our next exercise is going to be the press, the pressing exercise. Now, for the pressing exercise, you'll need a stick or an umbrella, something to hold on to. We're going to take a seat. Be nice and stable with good core muscles. Make sure you're not slouched. Keep that straight back. Hold the stick so that your hands are in front of the shoulders, not too wide. We want it around the area of the shoulders. As you push up, you're just going to push straight up and then bring it back down. So as you push, breathe out and feel that extension in the upper back as well. Watch the tendency to hunch. So if you got a little bit tighter in the shoulders, you could press slightly forward, that's okay, but not too far. So Radhika's going to continue on with the reps. Shoulder width. Pressing up as you exhale. Returning in front of the shoulders as you inhale. Do it slowly, imagining as though you're pressing a heavy weight up overhead. Feel that strong core and that upper back extending as you lift. So this is working the shoulders, the muscles on the back of the arms, the posture. And as always, smiling is important. Simple but effective exercises. Couple more.
One more.
Good. So we've finished this press exercise. Now we're going to do the balance exercise. before coming down for the core and back work. The balance exercises are simple. You need a stable chair or bench to hold onto. And we're giving it minimal hold, a nice straight back. And the first exercise is the simple hip extension balance. So just taking that leg back, feeling the muscles working, and just again trying to keep good, steady control. With this exercise, it's important not to collapse the hip, but to keep the pelvis up and level. So Radhika demonstrates for both sides. Careful not to jar the back, so it's not a movement of the back, it's just a movement of the hip. Slow and just minimal holds. You're not holding the chair, you're just using the chair for balance, not to topple over. Nice and slow, really slow, 10 times. Use a bit more tummy core rep, because those backs caving just a little, so we want to make sure. Really good stability.
Swap legs.
You want 10 times on each leg, minimal hold, so you're challenging your balance. Remember to breathe, exhaling on exertion. Good. Okay, now, this next one's pretty easy, so I'll just get Radhika to demonstrate. Using the chair hold support with one hand, she's just going to lift, keeping the knee bent on the stance leg, she's going to lift the other leg up in the air. As high as comfortable, without holding on, and again a minimal hold with the arm. Our goal is to try to balance with minimal hold for 10 to 20 seconds. Watch the tendency to hold your breath and keep the stance knee a little relaxed. It's okay to wobble, focus the gaze, remember to smile. Let's try the other leg. The weight is even between heel and toe. To lift the knee up, you've got to use that little bit of tummy core awareness. Very good. You'll often find there's one side that's a bit harder to balance than the other. What's the side for you? Good. Now the final exercise here is just a little bit of work and balance strength for the calves. So Radhika's going to face the chair. The feet and ankles are going to be as close together as you can. And she's going to raise up onto the toes, keeping the heels together. And we're trying to hold the balance. Again, minimal hold with the hands if you can. If it's too challenging to hold it, just do the movement by coming up and down slowly for your 10 times. The key thing is we want to build ankle strength, so really work to keep those ankles together and to do the strength through the feet, the buttocks and the core, and a minimal hold with the hands. Keeping that body upright, steady and stable. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the exercises for the core and back. These are on the floor, so you get yourself a mat or a towel to lay yourself down on a nice supportive surface. So we're going to get you to lay down on your back. Knees are bent up, feet in line with knees. If you find you might have a small support underneath your head, but that's just if you have a little bit of neck stiffness. Before we go into the core work, just take a couple of breaths. Find your breath rhythm. Breathing in, breathing out and allowing the tummy to sink in. Breathing in, breathing out and allow the tummy to sink in. No rush. So the breathing muscles, especially on exhale, are an important part of our core system. In fact, all the breathing muscles are important to our core. So breathing is really our first core exercise. So we want to establish a good breathing pattern. Inhaling, feeling that light expansion of the belly as the diaphragm extends. Breathing out and feeling the tummy sink as the small muscles around the tummy help contract the tummy in. Now we're going to activate that a little bit more. As you breathe out, I'm going to get you to try to hollow the tummy muscles in towards the backbone until you feel the muscles actually firm a little bit on the belly below the navel. Let's try that 5 times, firming those tummy muscles. Keep the neck and shoulders relaxed. It's not a back movement. The back's just in a natural, relaxed place. It's a tummy action, hollowing the tummy in. Awakening those deep core muscles. Now we're going to make use of this same action when we do the leg lift. With the leg lift, Radhika's going to place the hands, and you can do this, hands on your pelvises. The goal is to check that your pelvises don't move. You want to keep them stable. So you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, draw the belly in and lift the right knee up in line with the belly. Then on the inhale, lower the foot back to the floor. The goal is to do that 5 times, and you're trying to keep the pelvis stable so it doesn't seesaw. So the right side doesn't drop down. 5 times steady on the right side. And then we'll do 5 times on the left. Breathing out, hollowing the tummy, steady pelvises as you lift up. Gentle inhale as you lower, still keeping stable. Good. Now the final one here is we're going to lift both legs up with the knees in line with the belly. The legs are going to be outstretched like a tabletop, so the knees are bent 90 degrees. And we're going to just do that tummy hollowing here. So as you breathe out, you're going to draw the tummy muscles in, flattening 5 times. The whole time trying to keep stability. If you find that your back starts to arch too much, it means you got tired and weak. So you need to place the feet back down on the floor. So it's really important to maintain the spine. Don't let it overarch as you do this. Good. Once you finish your 5 breaths, rest it down. Take a nice, long, slow, deep breath all the way out. And we're now ready for the bridge, the back strengthener. So we draw the shoulder blades back. And we're going to lift the bottoms up, feeling the work in the buttocks. So we're going to lift it up and lower it down. We're going to do it as a rolling bridge. So you roll the back flat and begin to tighten the buttock muscles to lift the bottoms up and then lower it back down. As you lift up, breathe in. As you lower down, breathe out. Again, we're aiming for about 10 repetitions. Keep the knees steady. Being mindful not to over-compress the lower back and keep the necks relaxed. But the shoulders are steady and working and pushing slightly back to the floor as you lift. It might help to feel that buttock activation by that gentle feeling of pressing the heels into the floor. Remember to smile. Remember, if you get tired, rest. Quality is almost always more important than quantity, where you lose control and you end up straining something.
That's 10.
Once you finish your 10, rest down. Take a nice breath again. And then we're ready for the final section, which is our last simple stretches that we're going to do seated in a chair. Okay, the final stretches, nice and simple. Sitting in a chair, come a bit to the front. Turn to the side of the chair with one foot flat. And walk the other foot back so you're on the toes with the heel lifted. Keep the body nice and upright and stable, and we're trying to feel the stretch in the back, hip and thigh area. We're holding the stretches for around 20 seconds. Breathe slow and steady and emphasize the exhale. Exhaling and relaxing into the stretch. Feels good. Okay, let's do the other side. Remember to keep the back upright. Breathe and feel that stretch through the front of the hip and the front thigh. Breathing out. Easy releasing. Good. Coming forward, hip cradle stretch. So we're going to take one lower leg onto the opposite thigh and sitting upright with the pelvis is level if you're a bit tighter, or leaning forward if you're a bit freer. If you're very tight, you can do this stretch with a stool and just have the leg rolled out with the stool. So you know, it's always about accommodating and being comfortable. The stretch should be felt in the hip buttock area. Relax the shoulders, breathing out. Let's do the other side. So you could use the stool option, or if you've got more flexibility, you can place the leg onto the thigh, sitting upright, or if you're more flexible, you could lean forward from the hip, keeping the back reasonably straight. Breathing out. Letting go. Good. Now, just to help demonstrate this next one, Radhika's just going to turn the chair. So you're going to sit in the chair right to the back. Place the hands behind the back of the head, elbows wide. and leaning back and opening up the chest and the upper back. Use the hands to support your neck. So you want to make sure your neck feels very comfortable and you don't get any sensations of dizziness or lightheadedness. Just want to feel that stretch in the upper back and opening the chest. Breathing out. Ah. Good. Final stretch. Radhika's going to turn forward. This is called the half eagle. Good for the shoulders. So just take the arms out wide and cross the right elbow over the left. Make a V. And then draw the elbows forward, feeling the stretch between the shoulder blades. For many of you, this could be enough stretch. If you are more flexible, you could try to interlock the hands properly, doing the full eagle. Careful to keep the shoulders from hunching, and just creating that stretch through the back and the back shoulders. Breathing out. Ah. Very good. Let's finish with the other side. Left over right. V arms, elbows forward, spreading the upper back. Or if you're more flexible, interlocking into the full eagle arm stretch. Breathing out. Ah. Always be comfortable with anything you do. There should be no pain or discomfort. Very good. Releasing the shoulders. Lastly, rest the arms. Lift tall through the head and neck. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, just sleep your ear over to one shoulder, stretching. Keep the chin in. Just let it go, stretching that shoulder, upper shoulder and side neck on the side that you've stretched away from. Coming up and do the second side, breathing out into stretch. Feel good. Coming back upright. And let's take a big deep breath. Raise those arms all the way up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All the way out and down. Thanks for sharing this class with us. So, remember, subscribe or like us or visit our website. We've got more to come next time. We're going to go into the intermediate strength classes, so stay tuned for those. Until next time, from James and Rad at Yoga Plus Therapies, bye bye, namaste.